Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so yesterday we got the leaks that the Halloween units, the Gotenks and Ghost and the Candy Vegito from a couple of years before, were finally going to get Dokkan Awakenings, which is really cool. I did see some people say that they were a little bit disappointed that they were only giving the old units Awakenings and not bringing out a new unit. And then we found out today, I'm a little bit behind because I was at work when all this dropped, but we are getting a new unit as well, and all of this stuff comes out, this will be Monday morning my time, so I'll probably stream and we'll go through the new event. So let's talk about the new units. I'll leave the Trunks till last. So we'll start off with the Gotenks and Ghost Awakening. So he basically gets exactly what I predicted in the video that I did yesterday. I think before he was 2 key and like 30 or 40%. So 3 key and 50% seemed like a reasonable upgrade, and that is what he is going to get. Not bad, I suppose, for a fully farmable free-to-play unit. Then his super attack, he raises attack and defense for 1 turn, 30% decent. Causes supreme damage, and then has a high chance to stun, which is 50%. So that is what he had before in terms of stun chance. I didn't think that would go up, but that's still very solid. Then he still randomly changes key spheres to a certain type, recovers 7,777 HP per rainbow key sphere obtained, which is again pretty much what I predicted because it was 6,666 before. But he also gets attack and defense 30% per rainbow key sphere as well. So that's going to be very interesting because depending on how lucky you get with the random orb changes, if you can pick up 3 or 4 rainbow orbs with him, then that's a solid boost to his attack and defense. And then of course the fact he'll then get the extra buff on top when he does his super attack. So Gotenks and Ghost was a unit that I saw a lot of people use on Super Battle Road just because of his stun chance for the fusion team, and I think this awakening just makes him even better for that. He is definitely a unit that will be on the team for the no items attempt of the fusion stage. So very happy with his awakening. It's nothing like game breaking. He won't be good for the legendary Goku event because he doesn't infinitely stack his defense. So by the time you get to the Ultra Instinct phases, the little bit of healing that he will get you will not outweigh the amount of damage that he will take, and then obviously he can't stun during that event anyway. So solid though, very cool that he's got an awakening. I really like the art as well, so very good. Then we have the Candy Vegito Awakening. So this is one that I think we didn't see coming. I mentioned in my video, I love the fact that the art is kind of just the updated, the piece of candy is now moving, but the updated Vegito art in the background's really cool as well. So his leader skill, I'm a little bit surprised. I predicted this would get updated more because I believe it was just this same thing but something like 7% or something like that, which is a really bad leader skill nowadays. So I'm quite surprised that they didn't give him a better one. They could have even potentially done the same sort of thing as Gotenks but for the Potara category, but they didn't do that. So let's see what they did do. So he raises attack and defense. Oh, there you go. So he's got an infinite stack on his attack and defense, causes supreme damage with a medium chance to stun. So the stun chance is still 30%. I believe that's what it was before. So this is interesting though. They've given him the infinite stack mechanic. So that means that even though he's tech, and then when you get to Mastered Ultra Instinct he won't be able to dodge, he'll actually be quite good for the Goku event. So that's very good. And then his passive skill, he now has a great chance to dodge enemy attacks, which is 70%. I believe that is an increase. Yeah, it was only 50% before. So that is actually very, very good. 70% chance to evade all attacks. He disables the enemy's guard, so he's going to do a little bit more damage against int types as well. Attack and defense plus 10% per tech key sphere obtained, or defense plus 10% per non-tech key sphere obtained. Wow, that's really decent actually. So he'll boost his defense regardless of what orbs you get, and he'll boost his attack as well if you're picking up tech orbs. So if you get a bunch of tech orbs as well as a couple of rainbows in there as well, he's going to get a little bit of extra defense. That on top of the infinite stack and the 70% chance to dodge. I think he just became one of the top tier free-to-play units in the game, because like if the enemy can't be stunned, he can still dodge. In the UI Goku event where the legendary Goku event against UI, I should say, he now can't dodge but has infinite stack. So he's got multiple benefits for basically every event in the game. So yeah, he's actually really good. In fact, I would probably say he's probably going to make it onto the Potara team for the no items run as well. So that's actually a very good awakening. Definitely giving him the infinite stack is a huge benefit. So I actually can't wait to try him out. That's going to be awesome. And then the new unit that we have is the Kid Trunks dressed as Great Saiyaman. So obviously this is the new Halloween card. He's a youth category leader. We'll look at his proper leader skill once he awakens, I guess. I just wanted to look at this one first. So this is his art with a concerned look on his face, and then he will awaken into the actual masked version, or helmeted version should I say. So youth category, key +3, HP attack and defense 50%. So again, that follows along the same line as the Gotenks, but for youth category. So I am quite surprised that they didn't give Vegito the Potara one. But so he has raises defense and causes supreme damage. So he has an infinite defense stack. So yet another new unit that will be good for the Goku event. That's actually really good because the youth category is probably going to be one of the harder ones. Because as you guys know, unless you're new to the channel, I'm trying to go through the legendary Goku event with every category team. And the youth one will definitely be one of the trickier ones. But having another unit that has an infinite defense stack is going to be very, very good as well. So his passive skill, attack and defense 70%. That's very solid. An additional attack plus 7% up to 70%. And chance of performing a crit, 7% up to 49% with each attack performed. Okay, so every time he attacks, he boosts his attack and his chance to crit. So after 10 attacks, he'll be up to 70% bonus, and 49% on the crit is his max. That's really good. So when he's maxed out, especially when you think about the legendary Goku event, where we're going to be, what, like 30 or 40 turns. So he's going to be up to the full 70%, 49% chance to crit. And then he launches an additional attack with 3 or more key spheres obtained, and launches another additional attack with 5 or more key spheres obtained. So it doesn't specify that they can be super attacks. Normally it will specify. So this would mean, I assume, that he's like the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta or LR Cooler, sorry, not LR Cooler, LR Vegeta, Super Saiyan Vegeta, where he gets these additional attacks but they can't be supers. I think it's also the AGL World Tournament Cooler does that as well, but that's actually really decent, especially when you consider his passive. So obviously what this means is if you only need one orb to super and you just grab one orb, then you obviously don't trigger these parts of his passive. It is actually the specific number of orbs and not the actual key that you have. So that's actually really good, especially, like I said, deep into a longer event like the Goku event. You give him 5 orbs, and then he's going to get off his super attack, which raises his defense. Then he's going to get off 2 guaranteed additional attacks that have a 49% chance to crit. And that's on top of whatever you give him. Obviously, they are separate triggers. But if you give him crit in the hidden potential system. So yeah, this seems like a unit that you're probably going to want to balance additionals and crits. Because there's no point going full crit with him. But then if you give him a nice bit of additional, these units that have built-in additional attacks have more of a chance to trigger the additional from the hidden potential system. So if you put some points into that, then he's going to be more likely to get off yet another additional at the end. So he actually seems really strong for a free-to-play unit, so that's really cool. I'm interested to see, obviously he's going to have his own event, because the other two get a new stage added to their event. Whereas this guy will obviously need his own event to farm him from. I'm going to be very interested to see what the story is behind Trunks dressing up as Great Saiyaman, which we'll obviously get from the little, I guess you wouldn't really call them cutscenes, but the story scenes before and after the missions. Because if you remember back to the Buu Saga, Kid Trunks thinks that the Great Saiyaman costume is lame. Like, Goten thinks it's cool, but Goten is, you know, a bit more of a dork than Trunks, or at least that's how they make him out. So it'll be interesting to see why he's now dressing up as Great Saiyaman for Halloween. So obviously he's on Hybrid Saiyans, Vegeta Family and Youth. His links are not amazing. So he has Innocence, Royal Lineage, Budding Warrior, Money, Money, Money. I don't know why they give those to some of the Kid Trunks units. I mean, it makes sense sort of from like a lore point of view, I guess, but it's just a terrible link to give a unit that's not going to be run on a team with a lot of those other units. Hero of Justice is quite restrictive as well. Courage, at least he's got Shattering the Limit, which he'll share with quite a few units that you'll put him with. So I guess Royal Lineage is going to be very prevalent on the Vegeta family team. So all in all, he seems like a very good unit. Candy Vegito, I'm very impressed. Apart from his leader skill, which really doesn't matter, because obviously I don't need to use him as a leader anyway. Everything else about him is really good. Like, he's got shocking speed over in a flash, shattering the limit, so he's going to be very good for key on your team, regardless of who's around him, pretty much. He obviously doesn't have Fused Fire, though, which almost everybody on the Potara team outside of the like Goku Blacks and Zamasus have. But yeah, he's going to be very, very good. And then the Gotenks, he was already a solid free-to-play unit, and so they've just made him a little bit better. I would say out of the three, he's probably the worst of the three, but being the worst of three very good units is not a bad thing. So, very excited for these units. Like I said, I'll probably do a stream because these two events get their new stage, and will be a new event altogether, so I'll probably stream a little bit and go through and farm all of these, and then I'm very excited to use these guys on some Super Battle Road runs. So let me know what you think of the units down below. Which one is your favourite, and are you most excited to go for? And yeah, very much looking forward to them being added to the game. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow my Twitch channel or join my Discord. The link is in the description below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.